Hey romance readers, welcome back to AdoreR. Hope everyone's having a good day. Happy Sunday. Today I'm going to be sharing some more of my books from my Kindle with you all. I have quite a few books on my Kindle, so I'll probably be doing quite a few more videos pertaining to my Kindle because I want to share all the books I have on here with you all out there. So let's get started. First up it's a sample that I downloaded. I read the synopsis of this and it sounded interesting, so I was like, let me try it out. This is A Hearing Heart by Bunny D. Have any of you read this? Let me read you some of the synopsis. If I can get it to come up here. After the death of her fiancé, Katherine Johnson, a New York school teacher in 1902, travels to Nebraska to teach in a one-room school. When violence erupts in the sleepy town, Katherine saves Death's stable hand, Jim Kinney, from torture by drunken thugs. As she begins teaching Jim to read and sign, attraction grows between them. The warmth and humor in this silent man transcends the need for speech, and his eyes tell her all about his feelings for her. But the obstacle of class difference and the stigma of his handicap are almost insurmountable barriers to their growing attraction. So when I found out that he couldn't talk, and I guess he had to use sign language, that sounded interesting to me. And I read some of Bunny D books before, and her books are real moving, so I was like, let me give this a try. I just downloaded a sample of this, like I said, and it's A Hearing Heart by Bunny D. Next up I have How to Date a Douchebag, and this is book 1, The Studying Hours. I think it's going to be a 4-book series. I'm not for sure, but I have 3 of her books from the series. I only read 1. I think I read book 2 or 3. I can't remember, but I have all the other 3 in book form. I just have this one, book 1, on Kindle, and I did purchase it. And this is called The Studying Hours and How to Date a Douchebag series. Let me read you a little bit of the synopsis. And all of these guys that the series is about, most of them are on the wrestling team. And it's a YA. These characters are in college. Sebastian Osborne is a walking, talking cliche. One of the university's most celebrated student athletes and possibly the biggest douchebag. Oz has a filthy mouth, a fantastic body, and doesn't give a about what you or anyone else thinks. He loves to have fun, but loves winning even more. Jamison Clark may be the university's most diligent student, but she is no prude. She spends most of her time in the hallowed halls of the library, not because she's a brainiac, but because she's not. School doesn't come easy, and she's determined to finish the year without a D. So I was like, let me get out a try this. That sounding interesting. And this is The Studying Hours in How to Date a Douchebag series, and this is book 1. Have any of you read this yet? Did you like it? Like I said, I can't remember what book it was, but when I read it, I was like, yeah, I got to get this entire series. It was, I really enjoyed the book. I can't remember what the name of it was. I don't know if it was book 2 or book 3. It was one of those, but I can't remember. Next up I have Royally Screwed by Emma Chase. I have read this one, and I did purchase this. It was good. It's not a book I want to read again, but this is dealing with royalty. And I'll read you a little bit of this. I enjoyed the story and everything, but it didn't have no standout parts in there where I would like to read it again. So no, I won't be reading this again, but it was a good book. Nicholas Arthur Frederick Edward Pembroke, Crown Prince of Westcote, aka His Royal Highness, or His Royal Hotness, is wickedly charming, devastatingly handsome, and unabashedly arrogant. Hard not to be when people are constantly bowing down to you. Then one snowy night in Manhattan, the prince meets a dark-haired beauty who doesn't bow down. Instead, she throws a pie in his face. Nicholas wants to find out if she tastes as good as her pie, and this heir apparent is used to getting what he wants. So the female character, she owns her own bakery. Like you say, he goes to Manhattan, and he goes to Manhattan because his grandmother is sending him there looking for his younger brother, because his brother is getting into trouble there. Look, messing up the royal name, doing stuff he shouldn't be doing. So his so that's why what is his name again? That's why Nick goes to Manhattan, and that's where he meets Olivia Hammond, and it goes from there. Like I said, it was good. It's not a book that I will be reading again, but it was good. I would recommend it. Check it out and let me. And if you've already read it, did you think, what you thought about it? Would you give it 5 stars, 4 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars, 3 stars? I would give it. I think I'd give it 3 stars. It was good. And next I have Sure Thing by Jana Aston. This is a sample that I downloaded. As you can see, it got the British flag right here. I like reading books about British guys, so I said let me check this one out. Like I said, just a sample. I said let me sample this, and I'll read you a little bit of synopsis. Have you ever set out to have a one-night stand with a sexy stranger? No, I'm the only one. No, I'm the only one. Just kidding. I would never, ever. Not usually. But then I figured, why not? My entire life I've been good, and it's gotten me nowhere. No job, no apartment, no boyfriend. I'm owed a little fun, aren't I? A reward for being good. Sure, a pair of shoes would be more appropriate, but Mr. Sexy Stranger is more appealing. And when he speaks in that British accent, it's a done deal. Every American woman has a hot British guy fantasy. Well, most do. I haven't taken a poll or anything, but I'm pretty sure it's a fact. Yeah, I would like to meet a British stranger. But sleep with them on the first day, don't know about all that though. Here you go. Sure Thing by Jana Aston. Next up I have is When It's Real by Erin Watt. Erin Watt is the one that wrote the Royal series, that YA series. Let me see what, because I read the series, most of the book. I read 4 of the books, or yeah, I think I read 4 of them. Let me see. The Paper Princess, The Broken Prince, and The Twisted Palace. They wrote that series, the Royal series. And I said, well, since they wrote that and I enjoyed it. And this is, Erin Watt is like a two authors, Jan Frederickson and L. Kennedy. I haven't read any of Jan, did I say Frederickson? It's Jan Frederick and L. Kennedy. They write as Erin Watt. And I haven't read any of Jan Frederick's book. But I have read some of L. Kennedy, and I like her writing. And so I was like, let me try this out. And this is also a YA. And I'll read you a little bit of synopsis on this one. Wealth, fame, and a real-life romance she never expected. 17-year-old Vaughn Bennett lands it all when she agrees to become a pop star's fake girlfriend in this smart, ugly, addictive novel. Under ordinary circumstances, Oakley Ford and Vaughn Bennett would never ever cross paths. There's nothing ordinary about Oakley. This bad boy pop star's got Grammy Awards, millions of fangirls, and a reputation as a restless, too charming troublemaker. But with his home life disintegrating, his music well suddenly running dry, and the tabloids having a field day over his outrageous exploit, Oakley needs to show the world he's settling down. And who better to help him than Vaughn, a part-time waitress trying to help her family get by. The very definition of ordinary. So that sounded pretty good. So I was like, let me try it out. And I did purchase this one. When It's Real by Erin Watt. And I'm going to do one more with you all. The last one I have here is The Gravity of Us by Brittany C. Cherry. And this is also a series. This is the Element series. And this is book 4. I haven't read any of the other books. I saw people posting on Instagram, and I heard someone did a review on YouTube, and it sounded really good. And plus I like this cover. Nice cover. So I was like, let me check this out, and I'll read a little bit of this. Graham Russell and I weren't made for one another. I was driven by emotion. He was apathetic. I dreamed while he lived in nightmares. I cried when he had no tears to shed. Despite his frozen heart and my readiness to run, we sometimes shared seconds. Seconds when our eyes locked and we saw each other's secret. Seconds when his lip tested my fears and I breathed in his pains. Second, when we both imagined what it would be like to love one another. Those seconds left us floating, but when reality knocked us sideways, gravity forced us to descend. I like that synopsis. It's very poetic. I was like, okay. Seconds when our eyes locked and we saw each other's secrets. Seconds when his lip tasted my fears and I breathed in his pains. Seconds when we both imagined what it would be like to love one another. That's good writing right there. I loved it. I was like, let me out. That sounds so good. And this is The Gravity of Us, the Element series, book 4. Nice cover. So that's all I have for now. I'm going to try to do another video today since I didn't post last week. I'm going to try to get another one out, and I'll be going over some of my TBRs that I only finished one book, but I'll go over that. And I also went to Books A Million yesterday and purchased some books, and I'll show you those. And I'll do a few more books from my Kindle. So that's all I have from now. Until next time, keep reading those romances, and I'll see you later. Bye.